Peeps, we are back with another one of our Halloween Horror Nights Beginner's Guide videos. In today's video, we're going to tell you all about Stay and Scream, what it is, what you get out of it, and whether or not it's useful for you to do. But first, let's do a brief reminder on what Halloween Horror Nights is. Halloween Horror Nights is the world's premier Halloween event taking place at Universal destinations and experiences throughout the world. Now, for this series, we are going to focus exclusively on Universal Orlando Resort and the Halloween Horror Nights taking place at Universal Studios Orlando. However, there are also Halloween Horror Nights events in Hollywood, Singapore, and Japan. Halloween Horror Nights features 10 all-new houses inspired by cinematic greats, as well as original stories created by the Universal Entertainment team. It also features 5 scare zones that will feature creatures throughout the park, an energetic live show, food and beverage inspired by this year's haunts, a highly themed Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, and select attractions and rides that are open throughout the event. So today's topic is, what is Stay and Scream? Stay and Scream offers you the ability, if you already have a daytime pass to Universal Studios, to remain in the park while they clear out the other daytime guests and while they set up for the Halloween Horror Nights experience in the evening. This option generally allows access to certain Halloween Horror Night houses before the general public is let in through the opening gates, which gives you the ability to experience a house or two with minimal wait times. As of this recording, Stay and Scream options have not yet been announced for the 2024 Halloween Horror Nights event, but they do tend to be similar year over year. So a lot of what we're talking about today will be based on our 2023 Stay and Scream experiences. So in 2023, there were 4 Stay and Scream areas for Halloween Horror Nights. The first was Central Park and the Springfield area. This area last year, when it let out into houses near the back of the park. But current rumors are that these buildings, which house parade floats and storage and such, may not be used for Halloween Horror Nights houses this year. While Springfield will likely be a Stay and Scream area again this year because it can hold a large amount of people, what houses it lets out to remains to be seen. The New York area is the largest Stay and Scream area for Halloween Horror Nights. Generally, this area will let out into 3 of the major houses, known as soundstage houses, because they are the most Hollywood production level houses built into sound stages that are otherwise used for filming of TV shows and live events. The San Francisco area, also known as the Richter's area, is usually a good place to go if you want to grab a burger at Richter's. Now, this area previously let out into the house that takes up part of the Fast and Furious queue area. And finally, there's the main area near the front gate. Now, there's a small area in front of the Today Show Cafe next to the front of the gate for Universal Studios that only lets out when the front gates open and does not let out into any specific houses, but it's the best place to watch the opening ceremonies. Next up, let's talk about the Scream Early option. So let's say you don't actually have a daytime pass for Universal Studios and all you have is a Halloween Horror Nights pass. Universal Studios offers the Scream Early option, which allows you to come into the Universal Studios park at 3 p.m. and experience a short bit of the park before you have to venture into a Stay and Scream area. Now, this is an extra charge on top of your Halloween Horror Nights ticket, but it does present a cheaper option or a cheaper alternative to the express ticket, while also still allowing you early access to some of those houses with minimal wait times because you're in the Stay and Scream areas. So do we recommend Stay and Scream? Well, if you don't have an express pass option available to you, then Stay and Scream is really the best way to maximize your Halloween Horror Nights experience at minimal to no extra cost, depending on if you already have a daytime pass or not. Now, if you have a frequent fear or a rush of fear pass, or you have an express pass, Stay and Scream is not a vital component of your Halloween Horror Nights experience. Though, even with express, wait times can tend to get so long that you may not be able to experience all 10 houses in one night, unless you also do the Stay and Scream option, which allows you those early access to houses with minimal waits. Additionally, doing the Stay and Scream option allows you to experience some of those first houses without using your express pass. So if you want to revisit them again, you can actually use your express pass for the second viewing. Now, one of the things we recommend is to choose your stay and scream wisely. Prioritize the houses that you like to see based on the stay and scream area that you queue into. An important bit to remember is that stay and scream areas are generally uncovered. While some of them may have restaurant options that are open for you to attend, the majority of the stay and scream area will be uncovered. So depending on weather, you will either be outside in the heat, queuing up, or in the rain, so you don't necessarily have the option of being undercover or waiting out a storm if a storm rolls through during your stay and scream experience. They also can tend to get very crowded. A lot of people use these stay and scream options for exactly the purposes that we've discussed in this video. So plan accordingly, again, to prioritize the houses you want to experience, because those crowds can get very large. Thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this conversation about stay and scream early options for Halloween Horror Nights and whether we find them useful or not. If you did, give us a thumbs up. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when we release upcoming Halloween Horror Nights content. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know what questions you may have for a future Halloween Horror Nights beginner guide video, or anything that you may want to see for this year's Halloween Horror Nights event, and we'll address it in a future video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.